The Excellencies will address the media, and soon after they will leave, there will be no opportunity for question and answer today. You may take your seats.
I want to thank you most sincerely for graciously accepting my invitation to undertake this state visit to what I call your other home, Kenya. Your Excellency, in 2015, I had the honor to visit Namibia during the swearing occasion of your presidency, and joined our Namibian brothers and sisters also in the celebration of your Independence Day. Therefore, Your Excellency, your visit today comes at a time when we remember our own national heroes, and we also reflect on the debt we owe all our founding fathers, including Sam Nujoma, Kwame Nkrumah, Jomo Kenyatta, Julius Nyerere, Nelson Mandela, amongst others that blazed the path of our freedom and also the Pan-African movement. Since attaining independence, we have continued to strengthen the ties of friendship and brotherhood that have underpinned and have been underpinned by shared values, aspirations, and a resolute commitment to continental integration and also to uniting our people. Indeed, my good brother, your presence here underlies a clear demonstration of your own personal goodwill and the determination of your government to work with us in further enhancing and expanding the scope of cooperation between our two nations. Your Excellency, I'd also like to take this opportunity to express my salutations to you on your assumption of the chairmanship of the Southern African Development Corporation, SADC, earlier this year in August. And I am confident that your strong leadership credentials and principled commitment to regional and continental economic integration puts you in good stead to steer the organization's developmental aspirations for continued stability and prosperity, not just of the SADC region, but of the continent as a whole. Your Excellency, we have had an opportunity this morning, and we have discussed on ways to further strengthen our bilateral relations. In the last 3 days, our senior officials, followed by our ministers, have inaugurated our Joint Commission for Cooperation, which commits both of our governments to cooperate in order to improve the livelihoods of our people in various fields of development, including health, education, agriculture, cooperative development, trade and investment, sports and culture, as well as immigration. Our two countries share similar aspirations and challenges, and we can draw from each other's experience to complement the expertise and the comparative advantage of each country to further our respective national development agenda. Fellow Kenyans, today, we have about 500 Kenyan professionals working in Namibia in fields such as aviation, architecture, engineering, research, and quantity surveying. So to further this cooperation, we have signed agreements to also strengthen this partnership in areas such as tourism, youth, as well as political consultations. And our respective investment agencies have also signed an agreement that presents new opportunities and partnerships in fields such as fisheries and mining. Ladies and gentlemen, I take this opportunity also to acknowledge and commend President Geingob's transformational and visionary economic agenda for Namibia under the Harambee Prosperity Plan, which finds resonance with our own Agenda 4 development priorities for inclusive growth. We have also, with my brother, reaffirmed our commitment to continued cooperation in global issues within multilateral areas, including pushing for Africa's position in UN reforms, single undertaking reforms for most common agreements on issues such as climate change, sustainable development, amongst other issues. Ladies and gentlemen, I am also grateful and truly delighted for Namibia's resolve to support Kenya's bid for the non-permanent seat in the UN Security Council for the period 2021-2022, and also equally delighted to be welcoming the President's high-level delegation and his acceptance to participate in our sustained Blue Economy Conference in November 2018, which is just a few weeks from now, and he has committed to send a high-level delegation to participate with us as we discuss issues surrounding the blue economy. Finally, it is once again reiterate my thanks and the thanks of the people of Kenya for your accepting to visit us, and I am certain that this trip can only further strengthen and enhance the already strong bonds of friendship and collaboration that exist between our two countries. So once again, Your Excellency, as we say, karibu nyumbani, and feel very, very, very much at home amongst your brothers and sisters. Karibu sana.
Dear brother Uhuru Kenyatta, Honorable Vice President of Kenya, Honorable Ministers, both from Namibia and Kenya, it gives me great pleasure to express my heartfelt appreciation to the government and the people of Kenya, and especially you, my dear brother, for warm welcome my delegation received upon our arrival at this historic city of Nairobi. Generous hospitality extended to the Namibian delegation since our arrival, which is characteristic of Kenya and its people, has made us feel home. But I was saying before home, but have made us to feel to be welcome home, again to our home from home, away from home. And so we say, Asanteni, Asante Sana. But since you are many, since I know grammar in Swahili, Asanteni is for more people. That's why I'm saying Asanteni Sana. That's the first lesson for you guys. Your Excellency, our long-standing bilateral relations epitomize the spirit of Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism was decisive in bringing a yoke of colonial domination, and it is befitting on this auspicious occasion to acknowledge the contribution of the movement's most notable protagonists. The first president of the Republic of Kenya, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. Mzee Jomo Kenyatta's commitment to the liberation of Africa had early beginnings. However, the movement began to gain serious traction following the 5th Pan-African Conference, which took place in Manchester during October 1521, 1945, where he joined by the luminaries who are as Rush Makonnen, Kwame Nkrumah, Ami Gavi, Dubois, and Patmo, among others. The decisions taken at this conference set in motion an unstoppable wave of events that would result in the liberation of the African continent. Consequently, when Namibians faced the oppression at the hands of South African apartheid regime, Kenya and its people opened their doors to Namibians. The narrative of the Namibian struggle for liberation will not be complete without invoking the role played by Kenya and its people. The Republic of Kenya contributed a large military contingent to United Nations Transition Assistance Group, UNTAC. The unwavering commitment of the UNTAC personnel at that time, with its dedicated son of the Kenyan soil, Lieutenant General Daniel Ismail Opande, as its deputy force commander from 1989 to 1990, remains fresh in our memories as Namibians. And many Namibians, some are young here, but many others. It is therefore befitting for us as Namibians to recognize the sacrifices Kenya made as a country and assign one of their outstanding soldiers to help us to stabilize Namibian situation. What happened is after the elections, the UN was ready to pack and go and just leave us there. But my founding father, Comrade Sam Nyoma, asked President Moi to allow Kenyan contingent to remain, to provide stability, so that we can set up our own national army. Yes, Kenyan government agreed to allow the Kenyan contingent of UNTAC to remain for 3 months, and the cost was borne by Kenyan government. It is maybe because of that that today Namibia is stable. We have a professional army, and if not because of that, we could have had chaos maybe. Therefore, it is on behalf of Namibians that we have decided with a committee on honors to honor your son, General Opande, with the second highest honor we can bestow on a person. We therefore invite this gallant son to come to Namibia one day to receive that honor in public. But it will be the honor he must receive on behalf of all Kenyan people who have been supporting us. Just to go back again to history, it's very historic that during our struggle, as we were starting to set up offices in a very meager way in Dar es Salaam, that the first jeep we got was donated by Mzee Kenyatta. So I'm therefore aware that despite the excellent bilateral cooperation between Namibia and Kenya in various fields, trade activities have been very minimal. Politically, we are doing very well. But trading is Africa's curse. We don't trade within Africa. The Republic of Kenya has an excellent transport and logistic network, as well as one of the biggest and well-managed harbors in Africa, Port Mombasa. In fact, my brother, I thought since I have been seeing him taking the plane to go taking the train to go to Mombasa. He and I were going to sit on a plane for that train, taking too much planes, you know, that train to go to Mombasa. But the time is short. He wasn't even given time to talk to me privately. That is to be blamed on the bureaucrats who control our time. But what I'm seeing in Nairobi, the infrastructure development. I used to come here in 70s, 80s. It was my second home, as it is now. But from the airport to come to the city, there was nothing. And today, as you land there, you drive, you enter the city already. So congratulations. We Africans are harsh on one another, but we don't recognize when there is an achievement. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Our cooperation in the field of education, agriculture, health, defense, and aviation is noteworthy. Namibia remains grateful, especially for the assistance received through the establishment of the heart unit at the Windhoek Central Hospital. The services of the Kenyan health professionals who have assisted us and our patients in various hospitals around the country is highly appreciated. We have discussed the nurses issue, for which I apologize for how it was a little bit bungled up by bureaucrats, but we have decided to address that issue at our level, bypassing bureaucrats. One was saying when we politicians fail, we blame them. We put the blame on bureaucrats. But they are the ones who push the papers to us, so not blame them. To take our cooperation to the next level, let us deepen our trade, educate our people, and elevate our cooperation as per decisions of recent concluded inaugural session of the Joint Commission of Cooperation. As a chairperson of SADC, Namibia believes that with the support of other multilateral and regional institutions, Africa will continue its long-standing efforts to help establish an enabling environment of economic growth and prosperity. SADC will continue to support the efforts to devise new investment strategies and trade practices for the benefit of all Africans. This will help to accelerate regional integration as witnessed during the recent signing of the agreement establishing Africa Continental Free Trade Area. Your Excellency, Africa's time has come. Together, we can eradicate poverty and hunger, restore peace, and give hope to those caught up in conflicts. Together, we can deliver on the promise of economic emancipation. Together, we can achieve the Africa we want. So with that, I would like to thank you once more, and asante sana.
Well, thank you very much, and I forgot to mention that we are also grateful to President Geingob and the First Lady for accepting to be our chief guest at tomorrow's Mashujaa Day celebrations in Kakamega, and he has kindly and graciously accepted to accompany us to Kakamega, where the national celebrations will be held. So once again, we are thankful and truly grateful.